Okay, I'm back. Leon, pop on as fast as you can before people start trying to ask for things. Let's see if we can get this going. It's been working every day. I'm so sorry. Ciao. Hi, Claude. Okay. I'm so sorry. Well, you know what? This is what happens in real life. It does not always work right away. Okay. View. Here we go. Oh, it's going to happen. Nope, he's not on there yet. Hold on. I'm just going to keep holding for him right here on this Go Live page so that I can get him on here. Can you guys see my eyeballs? Can you guys see my eyeballs? Oh my God, there's so many people requesting to go live, and I love you guys so much, but this is about Leon. This is about Leon. Leon, try to go live again. Click on it. I'm waiting on you. I am waiting on you. I'm going to stay on this page so I don't lose it. This is the most uninteresting live that's ever happened right now, but it's going to get so good when Leon comes on, I promise. Let's see where he is. I can't answer your phone call, Brian, because it kicks me off the live. So can you get Leon to go back on? Here he is. Okay. It's going to work. Okay. Come on, Leon. There he is. Oh, thank God. That was honestly like the longest 10 minutes of people's lives. Thank God they have nothing else to do right now. Sorry, so many people were requesting to go live that I couldn't get it on there.
Yeah, I was there. It was so much traffic that it wouldn't even go through.
Look at those masked bars. Excuse us.
Yeah, it was so much traffic that it wouldn't even let me push it. It could not be sent because of the volume.
I'm so sorry, but you're here now. Hi.
Yeah, what's going on? What's up?
Hi. How you doing?
I feel good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm going a little stir crazy today. My kids are bananas, but you know, we're getting through it.
Yeah. How's everyone? How's the whole family? How you holding up?
Everybody's okay. So I guess we should tell people. So this is funny. So Leon and I actually were totally meant to be in each other's lives because he knew my husband for 10 years or something?
Yeah, like a little over 10 years, I think. Yeah.
A little over 10 years before we met. And then I went to Gloveworks with a friend who invited me to go, Molly, to do a double session or whatever. And kind of put together very last minute before I went there that you were the Leon Brian had been talking about this whole time. And then he hit it off. And so Leon is like a very essential part of my little family. And we all love him. And so it's really special of you to be here. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
People have seen us live before and I think tracked, my workouts and stuff like that when I was coming in all the time. And we have been spending the week together, me and my Instagram followers, talking to people who own businesses and kind of, I don't know, giving a platform for you guys to sort of say whatever you want to say about what you're going through, the good, the bad, and the ugly, how it's all going, where people can find you. Maybe you could start and give people a little background on how you started Gloveworks and why you started Gloveworks.
Oh, sure. So I'm Leon, and I started the concept for Gloveworks initially, I'm going to say 11 years ago, which is where I met Brian, my man. And it was me and my younger brother, my older brother, and my cousin in a small gym up the street from where we are right now. And we started basically as a class concept in a yoga room, and it became, it started to grow in popularity after that. So after that, we subleased a basement that wasn't being used for anything in the building. So there was 3 businesses in the building. There was a guitar salon, then the other suite was a gym, and then downstairs was a basement. So when we grew the program to the point where it got so big, we asked the building owner if we could sublease the basement. And that became our first boxing gym. So it was just 1,000 square foot room with wooden floors. And we started with a pair of mitts and some gloves. At that point, I had just stopped boxing completely. I had competed in like nationals. I was trying to go to the Olympics and it didn't work out. So I was like, okay, let me stop fighting people and start, coaching people up. So long story short, it started to get really popular, and we were able to afford our first heavy bags, and then we were able to afford like the modification of a ring, and it just kept growing. So we just kept on bootstrapping it until it became formidable. After that, we couldn't really come to terms with the building owner, so we would bounce all around towns between parking lots and garages and rooftops and basements, you name it. I mean, we've trained people everywhere. And eventually, I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of bouncing all the way around. We got to do our own thing. So I met a client of mine named Nicholas Henry, and we became very good friends. Right away, best friends. And he's like a brother to me. So I told him what I had been trying to do. And at that time, I really had, no business acumen. I mean, at this point, I didn't even really know what an LLC was, truthfully, to be told. I think I did my first one on LegalZoom, right? So I told him all about my concept. I said, I would love for him to be my partner. And fast forward, we opened up GloveWorks in May of 2015. So that's how we started as Zubike Boxing Academy, which is like my last name with my brothers and my cousin, and transformed it into GloveWorks today. So here we are.
So here's what I want people to know about GloveWorks is, you're getting to see a little bit of Leon's like personality, but not the whole thing, because he's on Instagram and he gets nervous. But the thing about GloveWorks that is really special, and you guys know this, I went on my Instagram every single day while I was there. Leon fully changed my life forever. And as you get to know people who go into a GloveWorks facility and get to know his trainers and get to know him intimately, like, your life changes. It just changes. Like, he makes you better, not just as an athlete, but as a person. You learn to push yourself. You learn to try harder. You believe in yourself more. You get a little swag going. Like, your whole thing changes when you are in a GloveWorks with the people that he has put together and with the place that he's put together. And when I was talking about doing this like random little thing on Instagram, I reached out to Leon, and part of the reason that I reached out to him is because the people that I've introduced you to this week, who they are is what their businesses are. And it, when they say to you, I had nothing and I built it from the ground up, they truly mean that. And these are people with like more human spirit than I've ever known. And I just feel very lucky, Leon, to know you and to call you a friend. And I have been thinking about you every single day during this time, because I know how hard you've worked to make GloveWorks special, and you have. Like, it is a special place. Half the people I see during the week are like random people who are like, hey, haven't seen you at the boxing gym in a while, but we miss you, and they're just like, it's like a community that you've built of people who like really come together and support each other and give a lot of love. And that starts with you and who you are and what you give people there. And it's special. And so I just want people to know that, like, when we say a small business, it's not because they aren't doing amazing and they aren't like whatever. It's because it started small with a small idea, and they have grown it with their spirits to be bigger and better. Now, unfortunately, we find ourselves in this time of the world where they're fighting against all odds to, like, keep them going and keep them going the way. Gyms particularly, I think, were one of the very first things that were sort of closed down by the mayor because of health reasons and like people breathing in air and, sort of doing all that stuff. And so how long have GloveWorks doors been shut?
So I want to say that we made the move to go to a private training facility only about 2 days before the announcement came.
Okay.
And so it was. I'll never forget it. I was sitting with Solomon in the lobby.
Oh, Solomon!
And we went to film this video. You got like sweat trickling down my and we went to film this video, and it was about like making the decision to make the social distancing thing like more amplified, right? So instead of you walking into the facility and seeing like 40 or 50 people, you'd only see one basically every hour. So we shot the video, we got ready to release it, and then the next day, they're like, all businesses have to shut down, all gyms, all fitness facilities. I was like, oh man. So I want to say that was somewhere around 10 days ago.
Okay.
10, 11 days ago. I feel like it's been like a year already.
Oh my God, I know. Today is like day 16 in my house, or 17 in my house. And I was like, I feel like I could open my front door right now and I could be 20 years in the future. Like,
I'm telling you, it felt that long. You know, so I feel like it's been like this for like a year now already.
And so what did you tell all of your clients? Because like, what is Dottie doing? Dottie, who I love. He has this client, Dottie, who's like my favorite person ever. But like, what did you tell people? Were you able to say, look, we will keep in contact with you, and when our doors open again, obviously you come back in and continue the way that you did? What did you do with people's memberships? Like, how are you guys kind of handling that stuff? Because I think this is a really interesting, we've talked to a lot of businesses this week, but this is a really interesting thing, because the world right now is so gym heavy and like trying to be healthier and trying to like keep themselves together. And, you know, people are doing like their online dance classes now and programs and all of that stuff. But I'm really curious as to like, let's say they come on the news whenever they do, God willing, and say, this is over and life can like return. How long will it take for you to get your business up and running again? And what is that going to look like for you guys? Or do you even have that answer at this point in time?
You know, the hard part about all of this is that there's so much like uncertainty around everything that we're facing, right? So we had been working so hard, you know, my family and Dustin and Carl and some of the newer guys as well, to like get Gloveworks to a place where it was from the second half of January to like the first half of the first 10 days of March. Like, I'll never forget it. Like, if I had a dream and I could sketch it out and produce it perfectly, like from the middle of January to March 10th, it was exactly that. So like, if we had never operated again after that, I know that like I would have felt whole, right? Like my dream manifested. So we were riding like this crazy high, and it's like I had been working for years. We have been working for years to get it to that point, and it was just like such a roller coaster. Like the next day, the coronavirus was announced in LA. So we saw us go from like fever pitch, literally overnight, and this is when the business was still open, overnight to like it being you know, there's no one in the gym. So I was like, oh my God. You know, what are we gonna do? Because, you know, it's, you know, it's not sustainable, right? And I remember like looking at the report from the back end and being like, this is it. I was like, this is it, you know, because we have over like 100 people, you know, in the company. Most of them, the majority of them are full-time, right? We have a lot of wonderful coaches and back-end managers and executives that, you know, I think it's got to be well over 100. And the way the revenue was coming in and the expenses were going out, it just wasn't sustainable. So like that roller coaster for me was just not like, it was just something I can't even describe like how I felt. And then when they made the official announcement to like shut all the doors to like the business, I just remember being in such shock, because literally 3-4 days before that was the best time of my life. And now all of a sudden you were just done. So I was so shocked and taken aback that I wasn't really able to communicate with anyone for like 2 days. So like I didn't send out like an announcement. I didn't send out like a, hey, we'll be closing down the facility. To tell you the truth, I just kind of went dark. And like,
did you eat Ritz crackers?
Yeah. You know,
so
I had the Ritz crackers on deck.
Keon, he looks as amazing
The Ritz crackers were on
and
deck.
He works really hard, but the second he gets depressed, he eats Ritz crackers. And I was thinking about you when all this started happening. I was like, oh God, he's going to the Ritz. He is going to the Ritz.
Yo, the Ritz crackers were on deck. you know, and
Ritz and tequila.
yeah, and what is it called? What is that brand? So I remember it was really, you know, a great job by like the management team, the executive team to kind of like, you know, take the helm and get the communication out, because I just went inside. I'm just like, you know what, like I just cannot believe this. And it was like that for about 3 days. And then the most, as if, you know, the first part wasn't enough, probably the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life was communicate with like all my partners and investors, and then we had to make the decision to furlough everybody, you know, and there's 100 people who, you know, call this thing their home and depend on, you know, that stream of income to take care of their families from all across the country. And I was like, man, how am I going to communicate this? Like, how are we going to get this out? Because I've never had to do anything like that in my entire life. So that was, as if the first part wasn't hard enough, this part was like, you know, hey guys, we're not going to be able to be in business. So therefore, because we don't have anything coming in, we can't have anything coming out, right? So everyone was hit hard by that. And at that point, after that email was like sent and after that communication went out, then I just had to go. You know, then the Ritz really had to be on there.
Then it was all about the Ritz. By the way, as you're talking, people are sending you Ritz recipes, like Ritz with cottage cheese is next. Somebody else said Ritz with chocolate sauce. I don't even know what that is.
Oh shit, yeah, I want to try that one.
So you're gonna be flooded with like DMs about Ritz crackers now. Well, listen, I just want to say this to you. I am so sorry, and I know so many of those people there. And so I want to send love to all of the Gloveworks staff and all of the people, you know, that you had to have tough conversations with. I believe wholeheartedly, because I've been there and I know you, I believe that the second your doors open again, they will come back. I really do believe that. And I hope you know that you've built enough of a heart connection, not just a body connection, but a heart connection with the people who love you there at Gloveworks, and we'll all be back too. We're waiting on it. We're going to be there, and we're going to hold you up until that can happen again.
You know, the wild part about that, Jennifer, is that so we made the decision afterwards too, as soon as it happened, to freeze all the memberships, right? So the memberships are what keeps the doors open.
Yeah.
Right? So I didn't want to be like one of those businesses that was collecting this recurring revenue but wasn't able to service people. So we froze them all right away in New York, in Century City, and Santa Monica, right? And that was the hardest, you know, thing to do, because like not only is it tedious, but like you're literally saying we're not going to make a dime for however long this lasts. So we just went built this back end digital platform for like this the Zoom, where you could hold like the business conferences and meetings.
Yeah.
So like we're doing, I did my first digital class yesterday, then I did 2 of them today. So as people were calling in saying, you know, to the back end executives like Lloyd and Barry and Carly and Mel trying to sign up for the class, like, what's going on? Like, we can't sign into the class. And then we were like, that's because your membership is terminated. And they're like, oh, what? So like we had a lot of people trying to unfreeze and like have their dues go through so they could keep on like trying to support the gym. Right. And that part right there took me out. I couldn't handle it, you know? So it was just like a beautiful thing, because even though on the behalf of the student, the client, even though they can't actually come in, they still wanted to try to like unfreeze their membership to support, you know, myself and the team and everyone involved. So
well, they love you guys.
Yeah, it was straight the community.
Love and the kindness that you give people when they're there. You guys give your all, and your clients are going to give it back to you, which is amazing.
And I definitely felt it.
So let's tell people, because you are a fighter, no pun intended, but you really are. How can they find you? How can they find the new Gloveworks, we'll call it for now, in this new world that we're all in? How can they find you guys? How many classes are you going to have a week? Is it just on Zoom? Are you still selling any of your stuff? Are you still selling like Gloveworks shirts and stuff like that? Or is that kind of frozen for now too? Let people know where they can find you. And then when we're done, I'm going to put up a post for you, and I'll re-put that information up so that people can go to my site and find it anyway. But why don't you tell people where they can find you now?
For sure. Well, super easy to find. My name's Leon, the only Leon with a Y. So Leyon. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, just as at Leon, Leyon. And in my bio, I have a link that goes to my YouTube page, which is acting as my virtual gym now. So we migrated the whole physical platform because I don't know if this terrible crisis is going to last for 2 weeks or 2 years. I don't know. So I automatically started already making everything digital. So you can find me. The link is in my bio to my YouTube. It'll go right to all our workout classes, our live classes are stored there. Different, things for the body as well as boxing. And then you can find me on Mind Body Online. If you go to the website, the Gloveworks webpage, just as if you would take a physical class, you'll be able to sign in for that class, and then it'll send you a link for the Zoom app, which I'll teach you virtually. So it'll be up to 8 people in the session. And the only thing is I won't physically be in front of you, but I'll be in front of your screen directing you. So we're on YouTube, Instagram, Instagram Live every day at 1:30. Those get stored on the YouTube page. And then if you want to sign up for the Zoom sessions, you just go to the Gloveworks page, go to book now, and then instead of coming into the studio, you'll get the Zoom link, and I'll coach you virtually.
That's great. I got to do one. I want to do one. That would be so fun. I want to do one with you. I think that would be really cool. Okay, great. So will you do me a favor? And when we're done, will you send me all of that information? And I'll just put it up again as a post on my page. So then that way, if people forget or whatever, I'll just leave it up there and they can check it out. And I'll become like I'll be your little agent, your promoter, which I feel like I've kind of always been anyway.
Yeah, you've always served in that role. Yeah, I will definitely do that, and thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Love, I appreciate it.
I love you. You know that.
I love you too.
To the bottom of my heart.
You've always had my back, and this is big, and I just want to let you know I appreciate you because what we've gone through, not only as an entire world, which is a terrible tragedy. I'm praying for all involved, but especially for our community and what we do, it has been really, really hard, and every little thing that you've been doing for me always helps, and this helps tremendously. So I just want to say I love you and thank you, and I appreciate you for everything you do for us here.
And everybody is sending you so much love right now. People are writing, Leon changed my life forever. I'll never give up on you. We love you, Leon. Everybody is sending you so much love right now. So I really hope that you feel it.
Thank you. I do.
Please check in with me in a couple weeks. Maybe you and I can pop back on another live and let everybody know how the stuff is going and where you might maybe have seen some changes and that kind of stuff, and just keep back in with us and let us know. Okay.
Will do. Thank you, J-Love. I appreciate you. Love you all. Thanks so much.
I'm going to do a Zoom class.
Yeah, let's do it. I can't wait.
Okay. Love you. Have the best day.
Love you, J-Love. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, babe. Appreciate it.